Oh, good afternoon. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nice and toasty 76 inside, 33 out, and still really dark and ugly. Just started snowing. It's not going to be warm out at all today. It just started snowing. I don't know if you can see. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah, I think you can see the snow coming down. No luck out there hunting. The deer are really dug in deep, but after dark you can hear them. They're everywhere out there. And yes, I know the sound of a deer in the forest at night crunching on the leaves, because I've been around the woods my whole life. Speaking of which, there seems to be a lot of discussion of whether I'm a city boy or not. Never been a city boy. Never wanted to be a city boy. Only lived in New York City for a couple years and then moved right back out to the country where I like it. I grew up hunting and fishing. I lived primarily off squirrel and rabbit. But there was a while there, a few years, where I would eat one meal a day and that's whatever I could grow or catch or kill. And sometimes my meal was a cucumber. Sometimes my meal was a squirrel. And sometimes I feasted. Depends on how the hunting goes and how the day goes. So I'm no stranger to that. Now chickens, on the other hand, I had never killed a chicken in my life. So a lot of people were probably misled, because when I slaughtered that chicken on video, I didn't really know what I was doing. But a chicken is not a squirrel. I've done a lot of squirrels and a lot of rabbits. And a chicken is different. And when I did my deer 2 years ago, I had asked for help because I'd never done a large animal before. So anyway, and fish, oh boy, lots and lots of fish. That was my staple food back in Michigan. But anyway, I'm still trying to decide if I will show a butchering video or not. Some people will like it, some will not. Maybe I'll do it with a disclaimer, but it all depends on if a deer happens to be stupid enough to run in front of me. When I'm out there. There's a lot of jokes about how to get a deer, and I'll tell you what, guaranteed way to see deer is get behind the wheel of a car. They're everywhere. And by the way, it's illegal to shoot from near a car, let alone be from in it. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm doing right now. Hunting season goes until Sunday, normal rifle season, and then muzzleloader season starts. So that goes to the 15th or so. We'll see how it goes. Still have time, but I hope to put some meat on the table. Yes, I occasionally, on very rare occasions, buy some steak, but that's usually clean. It's actually quite expensive, but it's usually free range type. There's a lot of free-range farms around here, and don't get me wrong, I'm not against farms. My grandpa was a farmer, but I'm not against farms at all. But what I don't like is the way that some animals are treated on some of the farms, so please don't misunderstand me. There's some good practices and there's some bad, and out here in upstate New York there's a lot of good farms, but it's out of my price range. That is why I hunt and fish and grow my garden. And chickens pretty soon. Somebody asked, why am I not eating chickens? Well, I don't have to hunt chickens. They're sitting there waiting for me, and they'll be there. A live chicken doesn't need a refrigerator, so they're doing just fine waiting for me. But 2 of the gray ones will have to go soon, the roosters. They'll be in the crock pot, and I'll do a video of that when I get to it. I just have to really get myself ready to do it, because I hand raised them. That's not easy at all. Well, anyway, I gotta head off to town and pick up some packages, take care of some business, so I'll see you guys later. Well, what time is it? I can't even see. 5 o'clock, just 5 o'clock. And it's raining. What we got? Oops, the cat just knocked down all my hunting gear. 31 degrees out, 32 out, and 5 o'clock and raining. pitch black out there. Can't see a thing. If you do see anything on the camera, it's amazing because it looks like it's amplifying the light a bit. Anyway, I just got in. I was out hunting. No luck, but I can hear the deer everywhere out there. They're really wise and they're staying away from me. I just stoked up the wood stove. Oh, you can't see a thing in here. Let me get some light going on. I just stoked up the wood stove and got the fire going. I brought my crock pot in. Now I've got the leftovers from the other night. I kept it outdoors, which is my outdoor refrigerator right now. And I've got some, I added some rice and some water to the pot. I'm going to have a, sort of a venison stew. That's the leftovers from the other day. And that's going to cook up nicely here. About an hour or two, I'll have a very nice meal. Good off-grid cottage dinner. Right on the wood stove. I love it. Good evening. This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Been out most of the day today, so sorry I don't have a lot of video. And it's been pretty cold out there. I'm just warming up. That's why I'm sitting here crossing my arms. Sitting here thawing out. Trying to get meat for the table. I was cutting some wood today, but of course you've seen all that. I chopping up some of the dead wood that's out there in the forest that I had downed previously, the dead standing trees, which I am now burning to keep the tiny house heated. Now it's easier to maintain heat in this place than it is to rebuild and reheat. So I just keep it warm 24/7 now. I just keep it warm. Takes about 1.5 cubic feet of wood to heat this place up in 24 hours, which is not bad at all. Really efficient. The tiny house wood stove is really efficient. So I spent the day running back and forth between out hunting and in working on the computer, and back and forth. I would take breaks indoors and then go back out. And that pretty much wraps up my day. That was it. So there was no sun today. The maximum I saw out of my solar panels today was 14 watts. 14 watts. Oh, here, baby cat fix. Say hi, baby cat. Wave to the camera. Look up there. Psst, psst. Hey, camera's up there. There you go. Well, she's doing well. Baby cat went to Michigan and back, and she has some friends over there. I'm proud of my baby. She dominates the house, don't you? Over there in Michigan, huh? You remember your friends over there in Michigan? She made some friends and some enemies. My parents have a little dog, a poodle, and a few cats in the house. And she dominates. She goes in and she takes charge. And I'm proud of my little cat. That's cool. So she's a traveling cat. But anyway, today the solar, I keep looking over there at the charge controller. It's halfway between yellow and red, the status indicator, so it's pretty low. It's 12.5 volts, which for these batteries is I would say on the lower side. 12.7, 12.9 should be a good standing charge for these batteries, from my experience in the last few weeks watching them. But 12.5 down to 12.2 or 12.3, I don't go any lower than 12.2, 3 on them. They are a bit sulfated, so I don't have a lot of power to deal with. But anyway, I only had 14 watts coming in today. It was nothing. Nothing at all. So I'm going to be very sparing. Last night, same issue. Yesterday was cloudy, no sun. And so I was using my Ryobi battery-powered lights to light the tiny house on wheels. Speaking of which, there's a couple of issues I'm going to discuss here tonight. A lot of things been going on, a lot of action on and off video, a lot of activity, a lot of changes going on here, and I'd like to just talk to you about some of these things. First off, you might notice that the comments have run amok. YouTube has done something, I don't know what. YouTube and Google Plus integration. Everybody that was blocked is not blocked. and it's a mess. Please forgive me. I'm really sorry about that. It was not my doing, but it's like the gates were opened and it's a madhouse in there. I'm going to keep my videos clean. I'm going to keep my videos PG rated, so let your kids watch as usual. Good family channel, that's my hopes and plans. No drugs, no alcohol, bit of NA every once in a while, but no cursing. That's my channel and that's how it's going to be. My videos will be clean. If you got kids, don't let them read the comments. I have lost control of the comments due to this integration, and I'm sorry. I will continue answering comments as much as possible, but if you see some offending stuff, you can greatly help me by emailing me mention the title of the video it's on, the person who started a thread, and the first lines of that thread, and then I can go in and then mention who commented and what, generally they said, so I can go in. If you see some really offensive stuff, you can all help me by sending me that information, and then I'll go in and delete those bad comments one at a time. Right now I'm getting about 2,000 comments per day across the channel. Throw in the trolls and opening the floodgates, that's probably going to be maybe even as much as double. Wow. Baby cat just took off running across the floor. Anyway, that's probably going to be about doubled. So please forgive me, but with growth comes these issues, and my channel is growing, so thank you very much for being there, everybody. And again, we'll keep it clean on the videos. Speaking of videos, some of you, if you read the comments, might notice there's some things going on in the background. If you're not watching the comments, great, good for you. If you're not aware of all this crazy madness, but if you are, some of you might have noticed that one of my videos, my Help Me video, has been removed. Ryan reported my video as under the privacy complaint and had YouTube take it down. So, which is funny because he's been posting my private information publicly all over the place, and when I post it, he has YouTube take it down. It's funny. It's really funny. But anyway, it is what it is. So if you guys notice that video's gone, that's why. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. It's gone, and it is what it is. He'll probably be saying that I took it down for some weird odd reason, to hurt him or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not dealing with that junk anymore. My lawyer and the feds are dealing with that, hopefully. And I just wanted to mention that because that video is gone. What else I had to cover? I'm going to be getting back to the projects here in the tiny house pretty soon. And going to do some exciting things here the following weeks. Going to get back to basics. Got some wood stove cooking. Hopefully going to get some soap making going on here. I'm starting to dig out all my stuff. And I want to get the Bedini motor going. I'm going to be wiring up the house a little bit more and more, so I have 12-volt DC power to cigarette lighter socket, so I can plug in my stuff, my experiments, and run things in here some more. It's been snowing and raining a lot, so I haven't been cutting any of my paneling wood recently. I've got to wait for a couple dry days to do that. Hopefully I'll get it done before winter, but we'll see. Anyway, if I remember anything, I'll get back to you here, and the channel and the videos will go on as usual. And I'm back to the off-grid project. Had a good time with my family. Had a happy Thanksgiving, and I'm back. So we'll keep it rolling. I just thought that was really cool. That's a hollow log that the ants had hollowed out, and it's got a jet of fire streaming through the center. I just think it's so cool. I wanted to share that with you. See that jet of fire? It's slowing down now. I There it goes a little bit. It's almost like a chimney in its own. That is just really cool. Wood stoves are a beautiful thing. And this is a very good one. One thing I forgot to mention is there seems to be some confusion due to my having gone to Michigan, and I just want to clear that up for y'all. I have family in Michigan, my parents, and I go visit them on holidays, and I still call it home. So I have essentially two homes, one in New York and one in Michigan, and hey, that's how it is for me. I will always call Michigan my home. And speaking of home, I called this a hunting shack the other day. No, I'm not doing that for any specific reason. I just thought it was cool because Kentwood and I were hunting in the tiny house on wheels. And sometimes I call it a tiny cottage, sometimes I call it a tiny house, sometimes I call it, what, an RV, a mobile dwelling. I won't say mobile home because some people are using that term in a negative way, but anyway, I am not trying to get around any laws or rules or regulations. I'm actually complying with them as well as I can. But anyway, the reason I keep calling this different things like tiny shack, tiny cottage, tiny cabin, tiny house, tiny home, tiny house on wheels, it's called keywords. I used to be a search engine optimization expert, and by using different names for my off-grid tiny home, my off-grid solar tiny house on wheels, or my off-grid hunting shack, they're keywords. That's all it is. I'm just, each time I call it something different, it might show up for something different in the search. So it has nothing to do with laws, rules, or regulations. It's just a name I call my little rustic dwelling on wheels. Anyway, just word games, that's all. So I hope that clears that up for y'all. Think that covers it, but if not, you'll see me sitting here again. Well, today it seems like I got the mother load at the post office, so we're going to open some packages. Now, some things I have ordered, and some things I did not. Here's a message and a disc containing Linux from my friend Brian. And here's a card. Let me see if it's private or not. Here we have a holiday greeting card from Brian. Well, thank you. As we have talked, this 64-bit Linux Ubuntu, and as I said, I do plan on looking for a second computer. Not this month, but probably next month or so. And I will be willing to try Linux out because I'm willing to try to find an operating system that actually works. So, thank you very much. And thanks for always being there and having my back. Now, here is something from China. I'm not sure. I am waiting for a package, so I don't know what's what here until I start opening things. Nope, this is probably not the package I'm looking for. Seems a little bit too, big. What do we have here? Well, it looks like a big postcard. What's heavy? What is this? Oh, there's a couple. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, there's a few. Wow, these are pretty. These came from China. I don't know. But they're pretty. Let me show you what we got here. These are going to look nice in a tiny house. Actually, take off the plastic film. Let me pause the camera. I'll take off the plastic films. Actually, these are quite beautiful. They will look very nice in the tiny house. Not sure who sent it because it came straight out of China. Sorry, I'm trying to get the right light angles on here and show you these. I am working by LED lighting, and I do have my Ryobi LED light on the side. Rustic looking metal plaques for the walls. Well, thank you. I'm not sure who sent it. I don't want to make a wrong guess, so thank you. And I'm sure I'll see you in the comments. So I've got another thing here. This might be the one. Of course, guessing is only guessing. I'm not sure. I'm waiting on a package from Amazon that I ordered. What do we got here? I think there it is. Yes, there it is. Okay. I think it was High Tech Guy, and maybe even a couple others, but I don't want to lie. Somebody posted a link to this on Amazon, and it was, okay, these are usually $20, $30 or so. And this is a 12-volt cigarette lighter charger for a computer with all of the adapters. It goes anywhere from 15 volts, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, and 24 volts off of a 12-volt battery. This is really, really nice. All the way up to 8 amps, max 80 watts output. This was only $5 on Amazon. I cannot believe it. I saw it and I bought it instantaneously without hesitation. So I can't remember who sent that link, but thank you. I bought it and it finally arrived. I have been waiting for this. Gonna run my my laptop on DC and bypass the converting and reconverting of power and run my system more efficiently. So thank you for posting that link. I have a box here that is heavily, heavily taped. I'm not even sure where to start opening it. Okay, looks like here's how we open it. Let's see what we got going on here. Are we still in the camera? Yes. Wow, this is taped up very well. Here we go, finally getting somewhere. Reminds me of how I used to wrap my sister's Christmas gifts. She's gonna get a laugh when she hears me say this. I used to wrap her gifts with so much tape, it would take her 10-15 minutes to get those things open. That was funny. It was an ongoing thing we had that I would always over tape her gifts. Make her have to fight to get it open. Okay, good thing Baby Cat is lazy and out of the picture today because this would be a mess. Alright, I'm going to have to pour this into a separate box. Ah yes, I think I know what. Here we are. Yes, this is one of my eBay purchases for the tiny house on wheels. This is one of the things I've been waiting for. Let me show you here what we got. Oh, mess, I'm going to have to sweep that up. We have some old butterfly style hinges. Different. Some are painted a little bit of them have a bit of a patina on them. Aged and worn. I think it's quite fitting for the off-grid tiny house on wheels. They're aged and certainly show it, and that's what I wanted. I want to have the rustic look in my rustic cottage. These were one of my eBay purchases. It was a good deal. I will have to give them some oil though, but they there's a whole mess. I think there was like 20 or something like that of these rustic hinges. So I think all I'm going to do is give them a bit of oil and wipe down, maybe scrape off any of the white paint. But nice, got some hinges, good. That leads me to thinking that probably this other package might be my other hinges. I found some other hinges. I'm guessing this might be... Yeah, it was the mother load, I guess, because I was gone. Yep, there they are. Probably because I was gone for Thanksgiving. There's some more hinges from my eBay finds. Looking for good deals on eBay. And there's some more cabinet hinges. Now these were all secondhand. And basically I wanted secondhand antique and rustic hinges for my cabinets. So there we have it. I've got some things coming together now for my tiny house on wheels. That's all the screws, alright. Nice, very nice. Well, now I can start building the kitchen cabinets in here. Well, that's it for packages today. It looks like the main shipments came in and all my eBay and Amazon stuff came in. And thank you everybody who sent something. Well, dinner is served in a tiny house. Check this out. If I can hold the camera and the light. Look at that. Nice. Time to take it off the stove. Very nice. Dinner is served.